She's going to bite your head off. Literally. While you're having sex with her, she's going to start eating your head. And here's the kicker, you'll keep going. You'll keep mating while she devours your brain. And you have a 50-50 chance this happens to you. Welcome to life as a male praying mantis. Okay, so you've probably heard the rumor that female praying mantises eat the males during mating, right? Well, it's not a rumor, it's real, and it's worse than you think. Because you're not just a meal, you're a conscious, aware, still functioning meal who continues performing your biological duty while being eaten alive. This might be the most metal, most horrifying thing in the entire animal kingdom. Buckle up. All right, let's start with the good news. Not every male gets eaten. It's only about 13 to 28% in the wild. Could be as high as 50% in captivity. But in nature, you've got decent odds. So you might be thinking, okay, 25% chance of being eaten? I'll take those odds. No, stop. Because here's what you're missing. Even if she doesn't eat you during mating, she might eat you before. Just because she's hungry and you showed up at the wrong time. Or she might eat you after because why waste a perfectly good meal? So really the question isn't, will she try to eat you? The question is, when will she try to eat you? And the answer is probably. You're walking into a death trap every single time you approach a female. But you don't have a choice because biology has hardwired you to do this. You're basically programmed to volunteer for execution. So here's how this nightmare begins. You found a female. She's bigger than you, about 30 to 50% bigger. She's a highly efficient predator with lightning-fast reflexes and massive forearms, designed to grab and decapitate prey, and you need to have sex with her. Your strategy? Sneak up on her very carefully and hope she doesn't notice you're not food. I'm serious. You have to approach from behind, moving slowly, hoping her predator instincts don't kick in. If she sees you coming and she's hungry, you're dead before mating even starts. She'll just grab you and eat you like any other insect. So you're sneaking. Every movement calculated. Every step could be your last. You finally make it close enough. You mount her. Success! Except now comes the really scary part. So you're in the middle of mating. Things are going according to plan. You're fulfilling your biological purpose. And then she gets hungry. She turns her triangular head 180 degrees. Yeah, she can do that and looks directly at you. And she bites your head off. Just chomp, head gone. Now, you'd think this is where the story ends, right? You're dead. Game over. Nope. Your headless body keeps mating. I'm not making this up. Your body, with no brain attached, continues the mating process. In fact, some studies suggest you become more vigorous after decapitation because the neural inhibitors in your head are gone. She's eating your head, crunching through your exoskeleton. Consuming your brain and your body is just like, well, might as well finish what we started. You're being eaten alive and you're still having sex. This is nightmare fuel. Okay, so why does this happen? Why would evolution create something this horrifying? Here's the theory. First, from the female's perspective, she needs protein. A lot of protein to produce eggs. Males are made of protein. Males are also conveniently nearby. So from her perspective, you're a 2-in-1 deal. Sperm donor and meal. Efficiency. From your perspective, well, you're getting eaten. But at least your genes get passed on. Your offspring will get extra nutrition from your body, which means better survival rates. So evolution looked at this situation and said, you know what? This works. And that's why your nervous system is designed to keep functioning even after decapitation. There's a nerve cluster in your abdomen that can control mating independently from your brain. So even when your head is gone, your body can finish the job. You're literally built to be functional while being consumed. That's not a survival adaptation. That's a nightmare adaptation. Now let's talk about what this means for you as a male praying mantis. Every time you want to mate, you're rolling the dice with your life. Maybe she's not hungry. Maybe she already ate. Maybe you get lucky and survive. Or maybe this is it. Maybe this is the one where she eats you. And you can't not take the risk. You're biologically driven to mate. You don't get to opt out because it's scary. So you approach every female knowing there's a very real chance you're about to die. And not just die while conscious. Die while being eaten alive, starting with your head. Some males have evolved strategies to reduce risk, approaching only well-fed females. Timing approaches for when she's molting and vulnerable, literally jumping on her from behind and hoping for the best. But none of these are foolproof. Sometimes you do everything right and she still eats you because she's peckish. You're living in a horror movie where the killer is your only mating option. Let's say you're one of the lucky ones. You approach, you mate, and she doesn't eat you. Congratulations! You survived! Now what? Well, you get to do it again, with another female, and another, rolling the dice over and over until eventually your luck runs out. Because here's the thing, even if you survive multiple matings, something's gonna get you eventually. Birds eat you. Spiders eat you. Other insects eat you. You've only got a lifespan of about a year anyway, but at least those deaths are normal predation. The praying mantis death? That's intimate. That's personal. That's your mate looking at you mid-coitus and deciding you look delicious. Now, from the female's perspective, this all makes perfect sense. She's bigger, stronger, and needs massive amounts of protein to produce hundreds of eggs. Males are 1. Made of protein. 2. Readily available. 3. Already there for mating. 4. Conveniently unable to escape once mating starts. It's not personal. It's not malicious. She's not evil. She's just hungry, and you're food that happens to also provide sperm. In fact, studies show that females who eat males during mating produce more eggs and healthier offspring. So evolutionarily, this cannibalism actually helps your genetic legacy. You die, but your offspring thrive because your body provided crucial nutrition. It's beautiful in a deeply horrifying way. Here's a fun fact. Sexual cannibalism happens more often in captivity than in the wild. Why? Because in captivity, you can't escape. In nature, if a female starts getting bitey, you can potentially flee, assuming you notice in time. In a cage, you're trapped with her. There's nowhere to run. So if you're a male praying mantis, unlucky enough to be in a research lab or someone's terrarium, your odds of being eaten skyrocket to nearly 50%. Imagine being in a tiny room with a larger, stronger predator who might eat you, and you can't leave. That's captivity for male mantises. So here's the big question. Why haven't males evolved a way around this? Why are you still walking into this obvious death trap? Because evolution doesn't care about individuals. It cares about genes. If your strategy is mate and get eaten, but your genes get passed on successfully and your offspring survive better because mom got extra protein from your body, then evolution says, works for me. You dying isn't a bug. It's a feature. Your death contributes to your reproductive success. That's why you're hardwired to approach females even when it might kill you. That's why your body keeps functioning even after decapitation. Because from evolution's perspective, you getting eaten after passing on genes is actually better than surviving but not reproducing. Your life is literally worth less than your genetic legacy. So let's recap what it's like being a male praying mantis. You're smaller and weaker than females. Females are deadly predators with lightning reflexes. You must approach them to mate despite the danger. There's a 13-50% chance she'll eat you during mating. She might also eat you before or after. If she eats you, she starts with your head. You remain conscious while being decapitated. Your headless body continues mating. You're biologically designed to function while being consumed. You can't opt out, you're driven to mate anyway. Even if you survive once, you have to risk it again in captivity. Your odds get even worse. Evolution considers your death a feature, not a bug. The male praying mantis is proof that reproduction can be literally fatal. And evolution is totally fine with that. You're a disposable sperm delivery system with legs. And sometimes you're also lunch. If you enjoyed learning about nature's most disturbing dating scene, smash that like button and subscribe for more Why It Sucks to Be videos. Coming up next, Why It Sucks to Be a Cicada. Spoiler. You live underground in complete darkness for 17 years, finally emerge for 2 weeks of desperate mating, and then immediately die. Your entire adult life is a 2-week panic. Drop a comment. Would you rather be eaten alive starting with your head? Or live underground for 17 years just to get 2 weeks of sunlight? Both options are terrible. Thanks for watching, and remember, dating is hard, but at least your partner probably won't eat your head.